I woke up unusually early today because today is Makar Sankranti, also known as Maghi Sankranti in Nepali. It is a tradition that I've seen since my childhood days where our elders at home wake up early, cook tarul, which are different types of yams, and also make other delicacies like pakora, sel roti, eat til mithai, which is a sweet made from sesame seeds and jaggery. On this day, we make offering of the foods that we cook at home to our deities and share the rest among the family members and relatives. Staying away from home, I still want to continue the tradition, which is a way for me to go back to my childhood days and feel connected to my family members and my community. First of all, I'm going to wash and soak some rice for sel roti. Now I'm washing the yams and sweet potatoes that I got from a store yesterday. Since they're tubers found underground, they come up with lots of dirt, so I'm going to clean them thoroughly before cooking. Traditionally, it was cooked by boiling them in big pots covered with leaves and a lid on top of it to serve the large family members of those days. Now it's easier to pressure cook them for families of few people like ours. While the yam is being cooked, I'm preparing black tea for offering at the shrine. This is a ritual that my husband and I do every day since tea is the first thing that we prepare in the kitchen every morning. This is our way of thanking for all that has been given to us. Now I'm roasting some peanuts in order to make chikki. I rub some oil on a plate in order to pour the mixture when it's ready. I'm going to melt some jaggery for the same. I pounded the jaggery into smaller pieces so that it's easier to melt. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out as I expected. Maybe the jaggery was too little, or maybe I didn't follow the process quite properly. So I tried to bind them in order to make small balls, but it didn't work either. So I moved on to making til mithai, which is sesame seeds toffee. Using jaggery was such a hassle for me, so I used regular sugar instead. At this point, I'm adding roasted sesame seeds along with leftover peanuts. I'm also adding a pinch of baking soda for a crunchy texture. It's ready now, and I'm pouring it into the plate for it to set. Meanwhile, the yam is cooked. I'm letting it cool down before I peel the skin. I drained the rice that I soaked earlier. Now I'm going to grind it in the mixture to make a coarse powder. I took out half of it and found that the rest at the bottom has not been grounded well. So I'm putting some more rice and also adding some water to make it into a paste since I'm in a little hurry. Now I'm adding all the rice that has been left in order to turn it into a paste. The toffee is set. I'm going to break it into smaller pieces and set it aside for later. I melted some ghee and now I'm pouring it into the rice flour and I'm going to mix them together before I add the rest of the rice paste. Since it's very cold, if I had added the rice paste before the ghee would have freezed before it mixed with the rice and it would have been very difficult for me to mix them evenly. I'm adding lukewarm milk to turn it to a batter. Usually there would be less milk and more water for mixing, but since I'm only making a small quantity, I added more milk because why not? Now I'm adding sugar to it. The sel roti is supposed to be mildly sweet, to be eaten with savory things like chutney or aloo dum. At the same time, it should go well with any type of tea. But I went generous with it and made it a little sweeter. But that's fine, it's sel roti. It's love, happiness and everything nice for us. I'm adding a pinch of turmeric and baking soda and keeping it aside for it to rest a bit. The tarul or yam that I cooked earlier is cooled down, so I'm going to peel off the skin. All the foodstuffs that I'm making here will be offered to the deities, so we cannot taste them before doing so, or that's what we have been told. So I'm keeping it aside in the other room so that it's easier for me to move freely in the kitchen. The celery batter has rested well, so I'm going to mix it with my hand, check for the consistency, and add or adjust the wheat flour and water accordingly. I happen to put too much oil in the pan, so I'm transferring the excess into the other one. I couldn't film the process of frying it, but these were the final results. I'm just beginning to learn to make rotis, so they're not perfect, especially the batter. The perfect amount of ingredients and how to mix the batter is the most important thing in making the perfect rotis. Hopefully, I get better each time I make this. This is my offering plate. I also keep my belongings in the puja room, so I left my clothes all cluttered last night, so I'll clear them out before moving forward. My husband has already made the offering that I've prepared and performed the ritual or the puja while I was doing other work. So I'm going to simply pray for a while. He has made tea for both of us, so we'll just have our breakfast now, which is a typical Nepali Maghe Sakrati special breakfast, which includes tarul, selroti, etc. etc. So we'll enjoy our breakfast.
Happy Maghe Sankranti.
आज चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ सेलरोटी पोले तरुल सकरखन्डा सकरखन्डा खन्डा अरे सकरखन्डा के अरे स्विट पोटेटो सकरखन्डा
Happy Maghe Sankranti.
रोटी चाहिँ यस्तो छ एउटा एउटा यो सेपमा छ
यो जरा
comes in all shapes and sizes भन्ने चाहिँ
यो चाहिँ रोटी होइन कि
यो चाहिँ झन् हेर्नु सबसे खतरनाक छ
यो रोटी होइन कि रोटी हो यो चाहिँ कस्तो माया लाग्दो त हेर्नु
यो
नि
यो चाहिँ यो चाहिँ
त्यो त अब ध्यानपुरा रोटी
Cheers. Cheers, everyone. And I hope this video was interesting. Thank you for watching. Take care and bye bye.